Hey everybody, what is up? Serial Overdrive here, and today I'm playing Entropia Universe. What I'm going to do today is show you how to potentially make a profit when hunting, okay? This isn't going to work all the time. You're not going to make hundreds of dollars, you're not going to make tens of dollars an hour, right? You're not going to become a millionaire. If you are the top in this game at what I'm about to describe, you are making a profit, probably, okay? And of those of you making a profit, if you're living in a low-income country or in a low-income area, you might barely just be able to get by living on that. But a lot of us, right, we just want to hunt. We don't want to be putting money in. We want to be hunting and profiting. We want to feel like we're doing something. We want to feel like we're getting better. And one way to show that you're getting better is by making more and more per hunt, right? So, first off, what do we want to do? Okay, so there's two options. One, you go to auction, find an item that's hot, find something that's selling. Like, let's say, go to guns, okay? Weapons. Ranged. Carbines, let's say. Go to laser, okay? Let's see what's get the top buyout, okay? We're not looking at plus, right? We want to look at like percentage, okay? So you don't want these you don't care about. Those are like special usually. But like something like this, right? Decent gun, high percentage markup, right? Sells quite a bit. If you could loot this, even if you go 50% on a hunt, income wise, a TT value, you're gonna be making 300. You're gonna be making a profit. You're gonna be making 50% profit, right? So, all right, that's cool. Now, what do you do with this information? Okay. So take that gun, LC-60, and go to entropedia.info. Okay, I'm going to put a link down there. Check that out, okay? So now, I'm assuming you're all on Entropedia, so we should all, like, I've got this video going, right? I'm not going to switch over to Entropedia. I'm just going to talk you guys through it. Go to search, put in that gun that you're looking for, okay? So in this case, it would be like LC-60. Put that in, hit enter. And what you want to do is see what mobs loot that, okay? Mob being creature. Now, I don't know how new you guys are, right? If you're very new, you're not going to be able to make a profit. I don't want to get your hopes up. But basically, find a high-value item. Look at the mob that loots it. In this case, it's Proteron and Amooblomax. Okay, so these are animals I can actually hunt, right? And on Entropedia, it's going to tell you everything that this mob loots, right? Everything it loots. And now this, like, a lot of comparison has to be done here. You've got to look at both mobs. You've got to look at, is this the item the best? Which mob is the best to hunt at a given time? Some items go high percentage value for, like, a brief period, and some don't. So, like, when an event like Merry Mayhem's going on, guns are selling for more. During those events, you might want to switch to just looking for guns, okay? You can get those, you can loot them, and you can sell them for a high PED value, right? So, that's how, like, you got this down, okay? Like, you've spent hours and hours, maybe even days, looking into this, and you found the perfect creature to hunt, okay? In this case, I'm going to go with the Amooblomax, an animal that I can't pronounce, just because, why not, right? Fuck it. So I'm going with that, right? Now, what do you want to look at? What matters? Okay, so you want to look at the HP. You're going to do that just to make sure it's something that you can hunt. If you can't hunt it yet, you need to work on your skills. But for this, we're going to assume that you can. So, like, looking at this, like a young, 1,010 health, right? That means that you need to have a gun that can probably do, like, 1,000 damage in a minute or something like that. Or has a high, like, if you're shooting a gun that can do maybe, let's say every second it can do like 10 damage, right? That's 600 damage in a minute. That's not too bad. But you want like 20? That's about 1,000. So that, like, in this case, I can hunt maybe like a young with this gun and really not get attacked too much. Because every hit that this mob does on you is money lost, okay? So the best you can do is to get a gun that does like just enough damage to kill that mob. And there's various things to go in. It's hard to describe. I can't do it all in one video. Ask questions if you've got them in the comments, okay? So, look at it. Make sure you can kill it, right? Next up, you need to look at what armor you want, okay? So, this mob that we're looking at is 100% impact. So go to your armor storage. I'm assuming you guys have an armor collection. If you don't, then look online, see which one's best. Again, you can use Entropia to do it. Best of luck to you, right? So I'm gonna look at my armor, right? I've got this vigilante armor. It's penetration and burn. It's got a little bit of impact, but that's not what it's mainly for. I don't want to use this because the decay is going to be way over what I'm looking for. If you can find an armor that is mainly impact and nothing else, that's the best. Here, high impact, right? 18.1, not too bad. I want to repair it so I get max out of it, but not too bad. 18.19, let's say. That's good. But look at all this. There's a lot of this shit, and I'm not using it. Maybe it's not worth it, right? Do I have anything better? Let's keep looking. Genome. Here we're at 23 impact. I am using plating, so that's extra decay, but like it's maximizing like the impact here. That's good. That's what you like to see. We're going in the right direction. 27 impact with this one. Even better. This is more of an electric armor, or like a electric. Yeah, that's not something we're gonna use, right? 10, that doesn't matter much. And again, look at the durability too. That matters. The better, the higher the durability, the better. Here's Goblin, 24. Basically, go through all your armor and find which works best. You guys can see I've got a ton of armor. A lot of this people don't even use anymore because there's L armor, and that's like, look into basically the durability, the percent markup. If you can find L armor that's like around 100% and has a high durability, get it. Okay, so like let's go on auction. I like to use the stuff that I can repair just because I'm old school. I do not go for eco hunting. I go for ease of use. Okay, so don't do what I do unless you don't really care about wasting a little bit of money. Let's go look at this. Right, I'm gonna pull up just a random L armor. I'm gonna show you the durability. Look at that durability, 15,000 compared to 2,000. You can go on Entropia and check all this out, right? Just go to that armor section, okay? So like under items, you're gonna have an armor section. You can click that. You can see like what armor has the highest durability, what armor has the highest impact. You can see sort of what the markup is on that armor. So like some of the armor is gonna be like way high up. Don't look at that. Like there's gonna be a lot of super expensive armor. You can look at the markup and see that. You can use filters to rule out some of the stuff that's way too high, way too expensive. But basically go through, find the armor that has like the highest impact, the highest durability, and the lowest markup. If it's L, great. If it's non-L, then it might be very expensive to buy and it might not end up being worth it. But again, if you're really serious about making a profit, you got to put that money in. You got to put that time in. You got to get the experience, right? And we're talking like you are days of research into this. I don't know this information. You've got to find it for yourself. I'm giving you the tools to find it. That's what I'm doing here. Okay? So now, right, you got your armor down. You know what you're hunting. You know what you're looking for. You know when you loot that gun, you're going to make a profit. And again, when you look at this, when you look at the creatures, I forgot to mention this, always look at how common it is for it to drop something, right? So let's go back to that example I used, right? Uncommon's what you want. Like common, usually there's not going to be too high of a markup on it. Uncommon, that's a pretty good markup. So like that's a pretty good chance of dropping. So like if you see something that says uncommon and it's like 150%, that's pretty good. If there's a lot of those, this animal, this mob is dropping, it might not be a bad thing to hunt, okay? You could just look at max markup, but that's going to throw it off because, like, there's stuff that just, you're not going to loot it, okay? Like, a Mublix hair. The markup is 465,000%, but it's extremely rare to drop. So, that doesn't really matter. And it'll even tell you, like, when the last VU it dropped was. Don't always trust this information. It's not always right. But again, like, look at that markup. Look at what it's dropping. Look at, like, what you're looking to loot. Look at everything. There's so many options to compare. I can't even tell you, right? You've got to be a pro. You've got to look at it. You've got to know just statistically how much markup you're going to get per average loot. You can also do this if you like want to use like an Excel sheet, do a 50 PED hunt, do a lot of them, put that Excel sheet log your average markup, and then for each mob that you're hunting, you can do something like that. If you're doing that, let me know down in the comments, because I'd like to see that data. I won't necessarily share it with anybody, but I would love to see it. Anyways, so now you've got the mob, you got the armor. What do you do next? The gun. Okay, so let's go to the gun. Again, you want something 100% skill progress if you're going for full eco. If you're interested in selling skills, you might be looking at something around like 95% the recommended level, because you're going to get some skills to sell. It might end up being worth it, it might not. Then attacks per minute, all this stuff is great, right? Make sure you can do enough damage per second to actually kill the mob, but again, Entropia is your friend. Go to weapons. Now go to damage per PEC, and you want a gun that gives you the highest damage per PEC along with a damage per second that you need. Okay, so like you're gonna see like an A3 Justifier MK2 improved. That's like one of the best weapons. Okay, it costs 90,000 PEDs. That's $9,000. Are you really gonna buy that? No, you're not, because you don't need that to hunt the mob that we were just looking at. You don't need to put all that money in. Go down that chart. Find something that has good damage per PEC, but don't go crazy with it. Right? Anyways, like, look for it. Find a weapon that you like. There's a lot of, like, you're looking for an L weapon, okay? L weapons are best just because they're usually very economical, and they also have this skill bonus. Otherwise, right, you've got to be level like 100 to use a weapon, okay? Like if we go, all right, we're going to go back to my storage, because my storage is awesome. I'm just talking it up. I'm doing bullshit. Now, let's see if I've got this. I might not even have the weapon in here that I'm talking about, which would make me look bad. So like this is a gun, right? Okay, never mind. That's a special gun. Do I have a... I might not have an unlimited gun in here. Okay, so I don't have it. These are all like older guns. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is a gun that I looted at one point and I kept it. Okay, well, anyways, some of these guns have like a max level that you can use it at, and it's set extremely high. You can click into it. Let's just do this one. I'm just pulling one off of like Entropia. You can do it with any gun that doesn't have an L next to it. And a lot of them, unless there's an L version, it's going to be level 100. None of the guns I had that level. That's probably why I kept them back in the day. I should have looked into it more. My bad, guys. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, find a gun that you can use that has a pretty good damage per PEC and enough damage per second that you can actually use it. Get that gun. And then you got to talk about amps, okay? For amps, again, look at... like, I'm trying to think how to explain. All right, so with the amps, again, look at Entropia. Find an amp that has, again, a high damage per PEC, and take that amp and put it on your gun, okay? One key to remember is if you look like here, look at this amp, okay? Max damage penetration is 5, damage burn is 10. When you add it to a gun, make sure that this number increases by the correct amount, okay? So like 102. Damage burn is 7. So that means when I take this off, it should be 11, okay? That's not what I wanted to do. So now what are we at? 11. That's perfect. That's what you want. Usually it can know. I think the old rule used to be amps can't do more than half the damage, okay? I don't know if that still stands. I believe it does, but I'm not 100%. That's why I said look at it. Always look at the stuff. Don't trust me. Make sure you're getting what you want. Now, buy your weapon cells. That really doesn't matter. And then you go out to hunt. I'm going to show you just what I mean when I say hunt, because it's going to get very boring. You guys are like, what do you mean it's going to get boring? It's going to be boring, okay? So, equip this. Now, I'm going to hunt something that I don't need armor for, okay? I did not pick this. I'm just using this as an example because these guys are close. Don't think that this is some like animal that you should be hunting, some mob that you should be hunting. It is not. It is not. Don't do it. All right. So now we've unequipped all of our armor, and this is like max eco right here. I do not recommend doing this. Okay. So like he's an L5. Let's get maximum distance away. You want. So you see down here, like you want that dot to be on the edge of your radar. Okay. Max range for a gun. If this is a rifle, if it's a pistol, you gotta get closer, and then start shooting. Okay, as you're shooting, walk back. This ensures it takes a little bit longer for that mob to reach you. Like I'm shooting it. It's half damage before it reaches me. This is good. This is good. This is what you want. Keep moving back. Keep moving back. Keep moving back. The less damage it does, the better. Make sure you don't make that extra shot. Go up, you loot it. Okay, you keep doing this, right? I didn't get damaged. I'm going to do it again. And again, we've picked this mob out perfectly. We know if we need armor, we don't need armor. We know exactly what we're doing. Now let's shoot this dude. Oh, I missed. That was bad. That was my fault. Again, like walking backwards, shooting at it, making sure I'm aiming at it, making sure no shots are wasted. This is economy 101, people. Now, I know there's a turret behind me. I want to stop so I don't get hit by that turret. Plus, he hasn't done any damage to me yet. We're fine. And the robots are attacking. All right, he did 24 damage. Maybe I'm overmatched. No, I'm not. I can kill him, right? You guys saw that. I killed him, no problem. Now you're like, all right, so now let's do another one. No. We got to heal, okay? Some people will tell you to use a healing tool. I do have one of those. Like this, right? I'm going to tell you, if you want full eco, this is what you do. You're sitting here. You got a little bit left to heal. You wait it out. You sit there, you wait it out, you make sure you're not going to get attacked. So maybe in this case, I'm going to move back into this herd over here of people. And I'm going to wait until I heal again, and then I'm going to attack again. This is maximum eco. You follow these tips, you're maximizing the amount of money you can make per hunt, okay? And I say make, not necessarily make. You've got to be really good at it to know if you're making money or not, and to like consistently make money. But this is how you get started. This is what you've got to do. If you're not that serious about it, go ahead and use that like healing device. Use that armor. It's gonna make everything easier. But if you want to make like a profit, that's one way to do it. And then as you get better and better, you're gonna get more and more used to like, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I can hunt. This is how fast I can heal. You're gonna heal faster as you get better. Like everything is gonna start coming together just a little bit more. So keep skilling up, people. Keep ranking up. Keep going for it. Because one day, maybe, just maybe, if you put in a ton of time, way more time than I've put in, you're going to be making this video telling everybody how you made like 100 PED day. That's $10, guys. $10. Not that much. Don't quit your day job, right? But it might work. I wish you guys all the best of luck. And if you need any help, any questions, anything like that, feel free to comment below and ask me, right? The only thing I'm asking in return, like this video and sub my channel. It helps me help you, because the more people that are interested in this, the more people that are watching, the more eyes I have on this video, the more motivation I have to do this. I'm not making a ton of money off of it. All I ask is that my content gets seen, and so far it has been. So thank you guys for that. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I really do. Hope this helps you guys out, as I said before. And that's all I've got for now. If I missed something, let me know. If I got something wrong, call me out on it, because I'll fix it. I'll put a comment in the video saying like, don't listen, I'm wrong here. But call me out on my shit, because I don't know everything. A lot of you guys are newer than me. You got into it sooner than me, or you got into it after me, and you know a lot more about it than I do. That's in reference to Entropia and probably life. Anyways, that's where I stand. Hopefully this video works, and if you're watching this video and everything's wrong, let me know so I can take it down and not lead people down the wrong path. I'm actually willing to do that. Anyways, hope you guys liked the video. Peace.